Hi everybody, it's Justine. Welcome to a new video, and today I just thought I would come on and hang out with you guys and see what's going on and see if anyone has any questions for me and have a little bit of a crafty chat. So if you don't know already, my crafty friend Laurel Beard is moving. Not that she lives near me or anything, and still I'm sad about it. I don't really know why. And so she's not here to entertain me, so I'm bored, and I thought, well, you know what, I'm gonna come on YouTube Live and see if anybody wants to have a crafty chat with me and has any questions or would like to ask me anything, or if you have questions about my upcoming class, you're welcome to ask me about them. And I have been sitting here all night procrastinating doing report cards, which is something that I'm a professional at, I have to tell you. Good morning, Sharon. And yeah, I am sitting here with like a mound of stamp sets that I have to label. How many people have signed up for my class so far? Way more than I thought ever would. Have you signed up yet, everyone? I'm getting so excited. Tomorrow goes the first email, so it's not the class tomorrow, but just the introduction email. So if you want to get everything, in time, and not have to wait for me to send it out to you extra, then for sure sign up before tomorrow. So, it looks like lots of you have signed up, so that's really exciting. Thank you so much. Like, I am so overwhelmed by all the support of everyone who thought that it was a really great idea. I thought it was a great idea too, but I don't know, I honestly thought I would get maybe like 20 people that would sign up. And that's definitely not the case. So it's been a little bit of an adventure and researching into an area I never thought I would research. So I'm very excited and I can't wait. And it's already much more successful than I thought it would be. So definitely can't wait to get it started. So if you haven't heard about my class yet, while I'm waiting for people to come online, briefly explain it. So essentially what I'm doing, how do you sign up? Good question. I'll start with that. And you can sign up. I have a link on my blog, justinehovey.com, or there's a video, just a couple videos back if you click on my channel, and you'll see the link there below in the video description. And if you click in the video description now, you'll see that there's like a sales link, and it's actually in there also. So the price does change as of July 1st. It goes up $10, so you get a bit of a deal now. So the class is, I'm getting lots of questions. That's exciting. Okay, so I'll start with the questions, then I'll go into the class. My favorite ink for general stamping, Catherine Pooler inks for sure, and my black ink, I'm obsessed with my VersaFine Black Onyx. For rubber stamps, taking them off of wooden blocks. Now, I tried doing this a long time ago. There are plenty of YouTube videos on there. There were plenty of people that had different ways of doing it, like using a heated knife or microwaving them. The only thing I personally have ever done is actually mounted the red rubber part. I've never taken them off the wooden stamps. So that you can buy stamp foam mount, and you can mount them on top. But definitely YouTube it. There's a few different ways, and you'll just have to do what way you feel comfortable with. I'm always scared of starting a fire. So anyway, while I'm waiting for more questions to come in, I'll talk a little bit about the class. So I'm doing a technique class. It's a bit open-ended, and what we're doing is we're creating in trading card pocket sleeves, we're creating techniques. And you can add all your techniques, so now you have a binder in case you never, ever can think of an idea like me sometimes. You can just flip open your technique book. You can see all the techniques that you're able to do with the supplies that you have, and they have instructions on the back that you can download from print that I'm gonna provide you, and then that's essentially what the class is gonna be. But all the details are definitely on that video. A series about masculine cards, and then I got asked about CP minis. I think I'm gonna have to start keeping notes here. Okay, so CP minis, do I recommend them? Yes, and no. So you can just watch, you don't need supplies for the class. No, your supplies will be based on what you actually own. So CP minis, and I already forgot the other question, so please ask again, or someone remind me. I do recommend them. I love them for traveling. I love them for small stamps. They're super juicy. I still recommend the ink refills though when you're buying Catherine Pooler inks, because they run out quicker than normal inks because of the type of pad they are. When you stamp, you actually get ink completely on your stamp, not like felt pads, or sorry, yes, felt pads. And so they do run out a little bit quicker. What I find with Catherine's inks is when I'm stamping something that's large and solid with the mini inks, I kind of get an ink line, and it takes me a couple stamps to get it off of that line. So that's the only time I don't care for the Catherine Pooler mini inks. But if they're definitely an affordable option, they're more affordable than the regular ink pads. They work fantastic. They're vibrant. They're exactly the same as the full ink pads. And the only time I ever have a little trouble with them, and really it's really, really minor, and I'm very, very picky, is when I'm doing really large stamps. I'm too excited to ask anything because just walked in and saw this live video. Definitely gonna sign up for the class tonight. Oh, thanks, Karen, that's so sweet. Oh goodness, I don't remember what that second question was. That's so awful. I have the memory of a sieve, but I have a marker and a paper here. Will there be techniques with different coloring mediums such as Copic, colored pencil, etc.? So yes, I am going to be doing techniques, masculine cards, that's what it was, thank you. I am going to be doing techniques with coloring. I am not a coloring artist, but there are certain techniques that I've learned along the way. As I said, this class is about the things that I personally know about. So I am going to use alcohol markers, whether they're Altenew or Copic. I'm not sure which one I'll use, but you can do the same thing. And just give me a sec to write down questions. They disappear so fast. So yeah, I will have certain techniques that you can use with your markers. Masculine cards. So am I going to do a masculine card series? I'm terrible at masculine cards. I really am. I really like flowers and pink and purple and all that jazz. I find it so hard to make them, but that could be a challenge for me, and I'm not guaranteeing that I'll do a masculine card challenge, but I will maybe attempt it in the future. I find them difficult. Honestly, lately I've just been foiling blue. That's what I do. My favorite, I wrote down glue tape. I'm guessing the question was asking me what my favorite glue tape is. I don't even know. I have a bunch of different favorite adhesives. I mostly use liquid glue, as you can tell in my videos. Tombow Mono liquid adhesive in the green bottle. I love Ultra Bond from Thermoweb. I also love Nuvo Deluxe ink, or adhesive, sorry. Those three, they function very similar. I love them. Any sort of tape, I've been using a lot of scrapbook.com. I'm on their design team, so they tend to send me them now and again, and I have no issues with them. They work really well, and I like the scrapbook.com ones, but I can't say that I've tried a whole bunch. I've tried Tombow, scrapbook.com. Those two work really well. I'm just writing down questions, sorry. So one of the questions was, are we gonna watch the video, or are we going to craft along with you? So this was something I debated for a long time. Am I gonna do live videos and you can craft with me, or am I going to do pre-recorded? And I settled on pre-recorded because I can't guarantee that I'm gonna be available for like the next year on the 1st and 15th of every month. It's just, and I don't wanna be inconsistent for anyone, and I don't wanna face any backlash for that. So you can pause the video and craft with me. You can do whatever you like. You can save it for 3 months from now and do it 3 months from now if you're a procrastinator. It's completely up to you. And depending on your supplies and what technique I'm featuring that week or those 2 weeks, then that is going to be what you can do. Spray inks, have I tried them? Yes. I think you're referring to like the Dilutions ones, or like Distress Oxide spray. I do like them. I find them really cool. I like them for art journaling more so than I do card making, because with card making, mine are very clean and simple, and I don't do a lot of like full color backgrounds. Whereas art journaling and using the Dilutions line, I know the paper in the Dilutions art journal is gonna hold that spray, and it looks really great. Ink pad storage behind me. That is from Organize More. I have several things from them. I have those drawer organizers, mini ink tray organizer, which I think is still on sale right now. And I love them. I used to have 4 of them, but in my KonMari method of cleaning, what's my go-to lunch? That's an interesting question. Yeah, so in my KonMari cleaning, I decided to get rid of like the insane amount of ink pads that I had. I think I had over 800 of them or something stupid with mini ink pads. So I ended up just settling on a few of my favorites. What about a Back to Basics series? Someone just asked that. Back to Basics series, I have lots and lots of basic videos. So I actually have a video tutorial, or I have a playlist, sorry, on my channel that is for beginners. And in my class, if you do sign up for my class, there's going to be a ton of beginner techniques. So I always start off with beginner techniques and then work our way up for each type of technique that I'm featuring. So if you're a beginner, this is a perfect class because you're gonna get literally every technique that exists in my brain for $30, which is an insanely amazing price. And not only that, but you're going to be able to see what products you might be interested in investing in, and then you can see techniques where you're like, yeah, I'm actually good, I don't really like that. So it's a perfect class for you. What is my go-to lunch? That is strange, but I like it. Well, I'm on the keto diet. I don't know if anybody else is on the keto diet right now. But yeah, so I started it 6 weeks ago. I've lost 11 pounds. I'm trying to look good for my bathing suit season in Italy this summer. And so my go-to diet is generally avocado, maybe about like 8 to 10 of pecans or hazelnuts or something like that. Caesar salad is a good one. That's pretty much it. Good idea for masculine cards, my friends. I'm looking for a good paper cutter. What is your favorite? That is a good question. Thanks, Gabrielle, for answering Anne's question. There's a link on my blog, JustineHovey.com, a link below in the video description and the sales link. And yeah, there. You can sign up for my class as well. Well, thank you so much. But yeah, ever since I moved back to Canada and away from Europe, I gained quite a bit of weight when I came back here. So I just want to get back to the way I was. Now I forgot the other question. So, yeah, ask that question again, please, because I forgot. The last question, how do you sign up? Yeah, so that was the most common question so far is, yeah, just head over to my blog or in the video description. There's a link. And there's a link in the link, if that makes sense. Paper cutter. There we go. Thank you so much, Sylvie. So unfortunately, my paper cutter is being retired. My favorite of all time was the Stampin' Up! Paper cutter. It had a scoring feature and a cutting feature, and I just absolutely loved it. So I purchased an obscene amount of refills for my paper trimmer, and yeah, so I think I have my paper trimmer for like another 3 years, so I'm hoping they come up with something equally good. Yeah, so the other one I would recommend, I've used the Fiskars one, the one with like the metal strip, and that one was good, but the strip sometimes breaks, but Fiskars has pretty much a lifetime warranty on it. I have used the Tonic trimmer. I've used the Tonic Maxi Guillotine trimmer, like the really, really large one. Now, so many of my crafty friends swear by it. And I'm going to give my honest opinion that it cut really well, like 80% of the time. But you really have to hold down the paper with this plastic piece really hard in order for the paper not to slip. And I found that I kind of got lazy sometimes and forgot about that. And then my paper would have like really bad edges. So I prefer my Stampin' Up! One because it's really easy, but then I can only do like 1 or 2 sheets at a time, so it's not really saving a lot of time. Paper trimmers are one of the most important tools in your craft room, and I remember the days of actually going to like my ruler and an X-Acto knife and measuring them all out before I had one. It's important to invest in a good one. I like Fiskars that they stick behind their product, and that they'll actually send you a replacement if yours breaks. The only thing is then you don't have one in the meantime, which is why I used to have 2 of them, so that if they broke, not that they broke super often, like maybe once every year or 2, but yeah. I ask for a new trimmer every holiday, trying to find the perfect one, yeah. My friend Suzanne said she found the perfect one, but I think she paid like an obscene amount of money for it. It was like a professional commercial grade, whatever, because she was doing classes and things like that. And I don't know which one it is, but yeah, it's always a hit and miss. Everybody has their personal preferences. And yeah, lots of people do recommend the tonic one. So that would be one I would try. Do I have any hints for keeping my craft space neat and clean? I'm actually going to do a video on this. And because I think it is something that's like just a couple of tweaks here and there, and you can do it. So one of my things is that I clean up after every card. And because I'm a blogger, I actually, when I'm cleaning up, that's when I'm inputting into my supply list. And so I actually don't miss supplies because I'm putting them all away and I'm adding them into my computer. So I suggest cleaning up after each time. Having a place for everything. If you haven't watched my part 3 of the KonMari organization video, yeah, that door is closed for a reason. It's also my closet. I find that video there really goes into detail about why everything has a place. So having those organized more ink things and the drawer organizers for my Alex drawer, and just having literally a box. That's the whole KonMari concept, is having a space for everything. And so that I have a space literally for every item in my craft room, so it's easy to put away. I don't really have a recommendation on a portable craft table. I don't. I don't really take my things with me very often. I go to a couple crops a year, and that's pretty much it. What do I do with all the cards I make? Good question. After my family is done rating them, then I go ahead and I start sending them out. So I do send them out. I have a Mail It Monday. My goal is to mail at least a card a week to someone that watches my blog or videos or anything like that. I have a sign up that I announce now and again when I need to refresh my list. I'm very behind at the moment. So yeah, I try and send them out as much as I can. And I donate them too. I actually brought a whole bunch of like encouragement style cards to nursing homes and things like that. How do you get on your list? You can private message me on Facebook and I'll add you to my list, but I'll do a general call when I'm accepting anything. I should do what Christina Warner does. Yeah, she had a mail it card feature, didn't she, or something like that? Yeah, I'll have to sign up for a P.O. box one of these days, and I'm never really in the same spot for very long, so it kind of, yeah, is something I'll do when I get settled down. When does class start was a question. Officially July 1st. But as I said, I don't actually, you don't have to do it right on July 1st. You can really do it at your own pace because it comes to your email. And yeah, sorry for saying all the time. I'm trying to like read questions, answer. I really need like a moderator to sit with me. Yes, you can use thinking of you on a sympathy card. I use that all the time. I like it better than sympathy. I always find like sympathy a weird word. I am starting on Canada Day, it's true. The best embossing ink was asked. I really just love my Versamark one. I think it's just a classic that's been around forever. It runs out rarely. Mine I replace every once in a while because I'm too lazy to clean my inks, my stamps, and then I get it all gross. Right now it's super disgusting. So I just ordered one, actually. I don't know when it's coming. Did you get started being noticed and asked to be on DTs? Okay, I'll ask that. Okay, so supplies I don't use anymore. I sell them in mystery boxes on my blog. There is also someone locally that, I haven't tried the Versamark Sparkle Ink, but it always catches my eye when I search for the Versamark. So I have someone locally that buys from me, who works for the Heart and Stroke Foundation, and she does cards with stroke victims, which I think is really cool. And I just met her in person not long ago. And so yeah, I generally give them away there or sell them there, and then I sell on mystery boxes, and that's pretty much it. You'll see, if you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, that's where I usually post those ones. How do you get asked to be on DTs? That is a great question as well. I've answered this one before. So how did I get noticed? So when I first started, I wouldn't say that card making was super huge in the social media world yet, so it was a little bit easier to be spotted. So it was, I think it was easier because I started a long time ago. But pretty much my advice is get really good at taking pictures of your cards, because photography is even more important than the actual card that you've created. Then always be tagging your companies that you're using so that they keep seeing your name over and over again, because most companies, I have to say now, don't hold design team calls. Most of the time it's smaller companies, really small ones, either startups or new companies. And yeah, so I think it's just really important to just keep tagging and getting yourself noticed. Good cardstock. So aside from Stampin' Up! Or Close to My Heart, Fun Stamper's Journey, those like direct sales, which all have good ones. Gina K Designs has fantastic cardstock. I like Simon Says Stamp cardstock. Their black is my favorite black of all time because it's super, super black. What else do I like? I like Catherine Pooler has some really great neutral ones. I've used MFTs. MFTs is also great. Find it slightly thinner than the Gina K Designs ones, but the color selection is really good. And they have matching inks, same with Gina, which is something if you're looking for that. Gina K Designs is really fantastic in the sense that they have cardstock, inks, envelopes that match. They also have foils for a lot of their colors. And so, and then now they've come up with like glitz glitter gel and all sorts of things. So really cool. Do I use a professional camera? Great question. No, I use my iPhone. What is my favorite technique to use on cards? I think masking and embossing are my absolute favorites. Thank you for the Save the YouTuber. I've learned so much. Oh, you're welcome. If anybody hasn't watched the Save the YouTuber hop yet, be sure to do that. Do I ever make my own envelopes or do I just purchase matching envelopes? I don't even really purchase matching envelopes. I just bought all of Gina K Designs colors, and then now I have an envelope that pretty much matches everything. I do make them if they are a size that's weird and I can't find the size. So I have stocked up on 6x6 envelopes as well as number 10 card envelopes. And for the most part, yeah. Paper Tray Ink is PTI cardstock, C Ward. And I have actually never really used Paper Tray Ink before. It's something that they asked me to do a video, I think it was last year, and I ended up being on holiday and I couldn't do it. They haven't asked me since. How do you get on a list to be a channel on the Save the YouTuber hop? That is another good question. So again, I hold a call in the fall and in the spring. So just keep an eye out on social media for it and on my blog. And that's pretty much how you do it. What is your typical square size envelope? I guess 6x6. I don't really make a lot of square cards. What is the best practice for cataloging your stamps? I have a video coming out tomorrow. So be sure to watch because there's a new app and I'm really excited about it for inventorying your craft supplies and your stamps and your inks and anything you want. So watch tomorrow. Okay, it seems like that's more of a private conversation since I don't know anything about, is it Airtable? If that's an app, no. Who do you send your cards to or who do you sell them to? I don't sell my cards. I don't think that, I don't know. I always feel like putting a price on my cards is weird. If someone wants a card from my box, I'm super happy to just give you one. And as I said, I send them out to people who watch my channel. I send them out to people who send me cards. I do try and send one back. I'm behind on that too. I've been really, really quite busy the last little while. What cardstock's the most budget friendly? I find a lot of them to be quite similarly priced. I think Gina K Designs is pretty reasonable for how many cardstock pieces that you get. I was really surprised at how much I got for the price. And Paper Tray Ink, as I said, I've never tried them, so I can't speak much to them. Inventorying your supplies. Woohoo, I'm just getting my act together to start getting my mess organized. You just see the mess on my desk right in front of me right now. It's an impressive mound of stamps that I need to get labeled and thrown into my label or into my bins over there. All right. If you have any other questions, just pop them in now because I'm not seeing any more questions pop up, so I'm going to sign off soon. Do I ever use Cricut cardstock? I've never tried Cricut cardstock, but I am actually doing an upcoming series on the Cricut because I've been asked to, so maybe I'll go pick some up. Do I ever get excited over the different finishes on specialty paper? Of course, I like to feel it. It's really cool. Oh, sorry, Monica. Okay, Monica asked, what is the key to my success? And I didn't get to read the entire question. And gaining subscribers, I think, is what it was. As I said, a large part of it, I think, really has to do with the fact that I've been around for quite a long time, and I've been consistent in that time. Hold on, I'm just gonna write some of these questions before I continue answering. Favorite base cardstock type of stamp. Okay, hold the questions for just a sec because I want to just answer. How have you organized the lighting? Okay, well, as you can see, the lighting's going away right now because the sun's going down. Okay, so Monica asked, what's the key to my success, gaining subscribers, and all that jazz? As I said, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I've been around for a while, and I've been consistent. I've never taken a long break, more than 2 or 3 weeks, ever between posting videos, and I love what I do. And I just found that once one company started to pick you up and like talk to you and get you on a team, then other companies wanted to as well. And I always try to come up with different ideas, and I try different things. I research so much on how to grow my channel and how to, like the technology piece of it, how to tag things, and yeah, that would be it. Oh, thank you. I'm losing my voice, or I've lost my voice this week, so I'm happy to have it back for the most part. Okay, so a couple other questions have popped up. What's my favorite base weight cardstock? Gina K for colored cardstock and Nina Solar White for white. My favorite type of stamp? I love geometric stamps because you can do so much with them, like triangles, circles, rectangles, because you can just make a million different patterns, and they're just super versatile and you can use them anytime. How do I do my lighting? Lighting is a challenge. I live in Northern Ontario, Canada, so I use the natural light, which is going down now. So I film during the week, during the day, during the week. Do I like to watercolor? Yes and no. Easy watercolor, yes. Stamp pad ink that will dry over alcohol ink colored on Yupo. Yupo ink, you have to use an alcohol-based ink, so Stays On ink will work. And archival, oil-based. How long have I been stamping was another question. I have been stamping, let me do the math. I think I was 16, so 17 years. Yeah, crazy. And I don't see many people using pattern paper anymore was one of the questions, and what are my thoughts on that? I think it's just so much fun to create your own pattern paper, and so I tend to like to do that better. And I find pattern paper accumulates a lot. Like, I don't really buy it in a single sheet. It comes in a pack, and then the pack sits there forever after I've used a couple sheets. And I ended up giving it all to my students over the years, and they really enjoy it and enjoy playing with it. I don't really own much of it anymore. I just bought a couple packs from Altenew because I thought they looked really pretty. Yeah, I think people just in general like to make their own, and for card making, I feel like with pattern paper, there's only so much you can do with it. Like, you can put it as your background, or you can die cut it, but then that's pretty much it. And I'm gonna do the last question. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and I appreciate it. Any other questions, we can have another, yeah. So we can do it another time. So what is your favorite stamp company? I don't have a favorite stamp company. I have companies I use more often than others. Concord and Ninth, because their stamps are super innovative, like the turnabout stamps or their shadowing layers and things like that. Like, I just find them to be a really innovative company and at kind of the forefront of classy. Same with the stamp market, very classy. So I tend to use a lot of florals, so Altenew. I'm not a huge critter user, so it's nothing that I have anything against those companies. It's just I don't use them a lot, so yeah, I just kind of go with what I like. I don't even really pay attention to the companies when I see them when I'm shopping, and I do most of my shopping on like scrapbook.com or Ellen Hudson or Simon Says Stamps, so I just always look through, and they're always different companies, and then I just buy what I like. So yeah, exactly. Well, thanks everyone for coming to hang out with me and entertaining me while Laurel is moving, because I'm lost without her. And I hope you enjoyed this chat, and I will see you again another time. Bye.